Hello everybody, this is a depot tutorial for Grand Tactician, the Civil War. In this video we will go over how to build a depot, what the depot does, why you should build depots, and other little tidbits of information about the depot and supply system in Grand Tactician, the Civil War. In Grand Tactician, the Civil War, your armies are capable of building 3 different building types. They can build depots, they can build forts, and they can build telegraph stations. The in-game field book the game offers is a handy tool as a quick reference guide to all things game-related. For an army to be able to build a building, you have to be in the orange readiness or low readiness. If you are in red, you basically can't do much of anything. But you can, with low readiness, at least build buildings. On the bottom, click on the army, and on the bottom of the screen, you can click the construction icon, and the 3 building options will appear: fort, depot, and telegraph. To be able to build the building after you are in the right readiness, you also need to be able to have the correct ground. So you can build within the combat range, and the ground has to be suitable, so meaning it has to be level ground, and there cannot be another building already in the way. It can't be in the river either. And it will highlight dark red if you cannot build there. It will go light in color if you can. Zoom in here a little bit closer. So just like this, now you can build it. Now if you hover over the building, you can see the progress of the building of the depot with the circle here, or the half circle, and it will complete the circle as it gets closer to being finished. You can also use the tooltip, and it will give you a little bit more detailed information. Supply depot is being constructed or repaired, and it gives you the percentage of completion and the estimated readiness in 14 days. So all the information is there for you on the campaign map. If in command range, that army unit will connect with that depot and draw supplies directly from it. So looking at Braxton Bragg's army, you can see there's a little icon here that's highlighted in dark black. It says connected depots within commander range, because he is within range of these 2 depots and is directly getting supplies even from unfinished depots or partially finished depots. It's not as efficient, but he is drawing supplies from them. Depots increase the speed at which armies replenish their supplies, so long as resources are available to refill the depots. So if your economy is tanking, your depots might not be refilling with resources in the first place. So that could be an issue there. Now, how much overall supplies you have to fill your depots is again determined greatly by your policies you choose, your subsidies, the factories that you are building, which is much influenced by policy and subsidies, trade, also taking over enemy towns and cities, and resources will also impact the total amount of resources that you have. So the fact that you just have depots and are within range doesn't automatically mean that your army will be getting supplied. Although even if your economy is struggling, they should be getting some supplies to them as long as they are connected in the supply chain. The larger your armies get, it is always good to upgrade your supply depots. Looking at the Hopkinsville depot here, you can click on it and hit the upgrade building button, and that will upgrade your depot. Depots will upgrade on their own and do not have to be within the vicinity of an army. Now here's a good example of a corps drawing supply from several different depots in the area. Even though Hood's corps here is kind of in the wilderness of southwest Illinois, because he is surrounded by several depots, one of them being a level 2 depot. They're all under control, and these arrows pointing to the corps itself is telling you that that corps is drawing supplies specifically from the depots. Now the greener the arrows, now you can tell he's also drawing supplies from the town as well, but also the depots. which are supposed to supply supplies quicker. And he has the icon indicating that he is receiving supplies from depots, and it gives you a list of all the depots in the tooltip, specifically where he's getting the supplies from. So, Cairo Pinckneyville Railroad Depot, supply speed 75%, average stock 20%, refilling speed 32%, supply capacity 19,000 men. So it even breaks it down. So the tooltip will even break down the specifics of the supply situation for that unit. You can see that he's not suffering from any low supply modifiers. Provisions are at 100%. Forage is 100%. Now ammunition is at 100%, but it looks like he could actually supply more if he needed to supply more ammunition. A couple other notes about depots and a little bit about supply chain. So on the top right hand corner you have your menu buttons, also map information button. The map information button, if you click it, it will give you all the options of what you can display on map, all the informational icons. One of them is show supply lines, and that is where you'll be able to see whether or not you're drawing supplies from the depots that you control. It also shows you if you are connected to the supply line and how, what towns they go through. So you can see that Armistead's Corps here on the Ohio River at Louisville is connected through Bowling Green, through Hopkinsville Depot to Nashville, so on and so forth. So there is a supply chain there. One other thing you can do with supply information is you can click on specific towns or buildings. Here we have the Louisville Ferry. If you click on the item, you can show where the distribution is coming from and going out if you click on the item. So if we want to know where we're pulling or drawing niter from, if you click on that item, it will show you. Now, the greener the better, or the flow is stronger or faster. We are gaining niter from Munfordville and Harrodsburg. We're also distributing it out as well from Louisville Ferry as well. So we're looking at copper ore, or how about locomotives? So we are drawing some locomotives from Paoli into Louisville Ferry and then distributing them out towards Frankfurt. Looks like we have some green arrows going from Louisville Ferry out to Vernon. And as you can see, by controlling Louisville, you also control kind of the surrounding region. So Louisville dominates the southern part, the extreme southern part of Indiana, or the southeastern part of Indiana. So because we have an army there and control Louisville, we have and there's no Union armies to control these other towns. We have exerted our control over Vernon, Paoli, Corydon. So we control a large swath of southeast Indiana. And you can kind of look at the map filter for front lines. You can see our front line extends into southeast Indiana. Now, that being said, on the Union side in this example, they control Evansville, which is also controlling the Shawneetown Ferry, and also into western Kentucky of Hartford and that depot there. So our supply lines have to kind of go a little bit around because we do not have any army presence. Shawneetown Ferry, you can see that it's even extending into Pinckneyville, although our army presence near Pinckneyville is controlling the town itself. It looks like the Pinckneyville depot here is going onto the side of Evansville. I hope that explains some things about depots. If that did answer some questions, please let me know. If it didn't answer any other specific questions about depots, you can leave a comment in the comment section. I had originally intended this video to cover all three of the building types that your armies can construct, but we'll finish up with the depot video right now. We will do the telegraph video next, and then we will release a fort video after that, and that will complete a series of 3 videos about the army building construction. I hope you enjoyed this one. Hope to see you on the next one.